we're gonna start this off. I'm Benjamin. I would say, a horror movie nerd.
And I am Justin, and I do mostly comic books.
AJDM, game specialist.
Corey, Godzilla, Kaiju, anything monstrous. Yeah, I'm your guy.
All right, well, Corey, it's funny you mentioned Godzilla. Two of the four of us have seen the Godzilla movie at this point. Let's start with you, Corey, since you're a Godzilla fan. What about this movie got you going?
Okay.
What got your rocks off in this movie?
The fact that so I saw the original movie that Gareth Edwards had, and he's only done one film. It was an indie film called Monsters, and I liked it because mostly he had everything. All the monsters were more or less minimal. Like, it was a human story all the way through. The only difference was you got to see, monsters every now and again. And mostly it was dark, but it works.
So pretty much, Ben, marry me.
well, for monsters, but with Godzilla, it was always just, for that first hour, the anticipation of waiting for Godzilla to show up. Sure, you got to see him every now and again for like 30 seconds here, 2
You only
minutes
got
there.
to see his back, though.
Even still, his fin, just looking at it, it looked like a mountain. It was awesome.
Right. Let me stop you right there. A mountain. Now, AJ, since you saw it too, since you're not as biased as Godzilla cocksucker here, was Godzilla too big?
I'm surprised you didn't blow your head off, dude.
Well, if you compare it to one of the movies from back then, he was bigger than the skyscrapers in the movies. He was actually knocking them over, while in this movie, he was proportionate to the actual buildings.
Okay. All right. Well, how about this? All right. Who would win the fight? Godzilla or the nuclear robot from
King Kong.
No, we
No, we cannot do that.
Why?
Why? Because honestly, Godzilla has
Are you
fire
talking
breath.
about the Jaegers?
King Kong
Godzilla
doesn't.
or the main
He'll
Jaeger?
just fucking spider monkey his ass and climb right up on his fucking back and Donkey Kong his ass.
Realize that the spines on his back radiate heat. So when he climbs up on his back, ow, I'm being burned.
He lives in the fucking Congo.
He doesn't live in the volcano in the Congo. Anyways, Jaeger versus Godzilla. Well, I'm gonna have to go with saying, okay, I've loved Pacific Rim. Guillermo del Toro, I think. Was it? Huh?
Guillermo del Toro, yes.
Yeah. He was a great director. I loved that film. But I have to say, I don't care how many Jaegers you go up against Godzilla, he will always win.
The kaijus in that movie, though, they moved they were more flexible, faster, maneuver better.
Especially
Godzilla
that one hammerhead-looking one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Meh.
Well, on that note, that closes our segment on Corey's Godzilla rant of the week. And on that, I am out of here. I'll be getting another one. So we'll see you guys in one more second.
You know what really sucks about the new Superman coming out, dude? I'm serious about this.
Because I'm Batman.
Hang on. People, when the first Superman or Man of Steel came out, people would thought me, oh, you got that tattoo because of Man of Steel. No, I had it long before the fucking movie, man.
Right.
And then now, since I got both of them, it's going to be coming out Superman versus Batman. Everybody, oh, you got that because of the movie.
No.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out and get the Superman versus Batman tattoo and be like, look, I got it because of the movie. Because I'm awesome like that.
See, I don't like the new Batman part of the logo.
It's the original Batman
It's
logo.
like, yeah, like the fucking Adam West cartoon. It looks
No, like the
Batman.
original Batman logo.
Like the
from
first
first.
one,
Yeah.
Detective Comics?
Yeah. And then...
It's a little too much for me.
Yeah, it's the original Batman logo. It was more a proportional bat as opposed to the Tim Burton one, which was the sharp wing boomerang looking one.
Sharp wing
That's my
boomerang.
favorite one. Was the Tim Burton sharp wing boomerang, as opposed to the Christian Bale look at me, I'm a little throwing star Batman. You can barely even see it on his
His one that
costume.
looks like a fucking hawk.
Like he just kind of looks like a SWAT team guy who's did too many steroids and smoked 3 packs a day. It's like, oh, what is that guy? I don't know, but he thinks he calls himself Batman. How do we know he's Batman? You think he's got a symbol on his chest? Oh, I don't know.
Until he comes over and goes, boop, and you're like, fuck, that was Batman.
The whole point of the symbol on the chest though was it was a target for bullets because his head was unprotected, so they would shoot at his bullet enhanced chest. So that's where they ruined that point. Oh yeah, he's not wearing. Let's just shoot at his face now. Bam, bam, dead. There's old Batman.
Batman's done. And speaking of that, even though Arkham Asylum has been out for like years, I have one more challenge left, and then I've got to beat 100%. Yay! Anyways.
All right, moving on here. Let's talk a little bit more about any kind of anybody go back recently and play any old school games that they used to play as a kid and realize how much they sucked. Anybody done that anytime soon?
Other than, really...
And realize how much they sucked?
Yeah, like it was a game you
Like,
just played non-stop when you were a kid and then realized how you just
I
played
kinda
it
hate
again
to
and, like,
admit
this
this.
terrible game.
But Mickey's Magical Kingdom.
Ooh.
Or Magical Adventures or whatever it was, but where you walked around when you were that kid.
Yeah.
And you went from ride to ride doing little mini games.
Oh yeah.
Loved that fucking game as a kid. Loved it. Could not put the fucking shit down. But now it sucks, man. It just does. I was like, wow.
Why? I mean, I've never played it, so I
you
wouldn't
never
know.
played it?
No.
Well,
It was for what system was that? That was
NES.
NES. That's
Yeah,
right.
that was
Yep.
the
I know
NES.
it was SNES, but it was for NES. Yeah.
Okay.
And,
that was- I haven't touched
I'm
any
old,
yet.
so.
After playing all the new Final Fantasies, I went back and played Final Fantasy VII.
Don't ever say Final Fantasy VII sucks.
Try it.
Don't
try
go
it,
there.
Try it.
Don't go
try
there.
The storyline is good.
Don't
I
go
will
there.
give it that.
Okay.
It's
Don't go
just-
there.
Okay.
After you playing with the new graphics and everything,
Well, yeah, that's a different
it's just
time,
so.
That's a different
The
time.
graphics back then still sucked. The game was amazing. All right.
Like I said, the story was good, characters, but graphics wise, and they need to bring it up to par with.
That's
what we
kind of
have
like,
now.
but that's kind of like saying, "Hey, I just played Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. Now let's go back in time and try and play Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Oh, the graphics are terrible. I hate this."
No, Link to the Past still looks good, man. For being an over top view looking down, those graphics were so far above their fucking pay grade.
Bigger.
I mean, it seriously was, man.
Honestly, I think the only game that I've ever really didn't like. This was when I was like 12, so. But it was, I think it was for Genesis, Sega Genesis. It was Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
All I could do was run around, get hit by bats, and claw, and die. It took me like 2 minutes before I'm like, I hate this game.
Yeah. that
All right,
game was-
put in Sonic. Woo! Yeah.
Well, it's just Final Fantasy VII when it came out. That was when they were first starting to do 3D graphics.
Right, I believe that was like the first 3D
Nice.
Final Fantasy,
yes.
and also probably the first 3D role-playing game.
It came out in 97.
Yeah.
That game predated.
Really?
Now the games before that, when you're
Did-
looking
let me
down,
look it
those
up.
games I can still play and have no problem. It's just they just threw it out there as their first 3D, and it just wasn't.
I'm trying to think if Final Fantasy VII predated Ocarina
I'm
of
sorry.
Time.
It's really
I'm
glitchy.
disappointed. I'm disappointed, dude.
What?
You got one strike towards your main card, dude.
What?
Saying you hate Final Fantasy VII.
I hate
didn't
all
say
of
I
them.
hate it.
You know why I hate
you
all
said
of
you're
them?
disappointed, and that's just wrong. That's just wrong. You don't go. That's Cardinal Sin. Cardinal Sin, man.
I could just ruin all of you guys.
I'm
and
going to
make you
school to
hate
design
me.
video games, so I can see in depth more.
Final
what the
Fantasy
stuff they
VII
need
was
to do to
released in
improve it.
1997.
I know my shit when it comes
No,
to
I'm
that
trying
game.
to see if it predated Ocarina of Time.
I thought it was Ocarina.
No.
Whatever. I don't like any of the
Ocarina
Final
of Time was
Fantasies.
Before that because it was
Simply
for the
because
it was for
my
the
brother played it
64.
way too much. Like way too much.
Ocarina of Time was like 95, 96.
That's what I'm trying to figure out which game predated which. Because if it's gonna come down what was the most influential 3D role-playing game, I think Final Fantasy VII might take the cake for most influential 3D role-playing game.
Oh yeah, because Final Fantasy VII's what got me
Ocarina
playing.
of Time was 98.
98. Ooh, so Final Fantasy.
So Final Fantasy VII, I think, is our first 3D role-playing game. It was the first one. It was the first 2D to 3D transition of a role-playing game.
It's what got me into RPGs.
Mine was,
I was
the
playing
original Final
RPGs
Fantasy.
before.
See, I wasn't. I played that, and then loved, then went back
Good
and played all these
Yeah.
other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Like Earthbound. Loved Earthbound.
I love Earthbound. Oh yeah.
Never played it. Lucas does.
The original Final Fantasy is what really popped my cherry when it came to role-playing games. That game is so hard, and it's still to this day I have not beat that game because it's so
so it fucked
difficult.
you hard then when it popped you cherry.
Oh, it did, man. I bled for weeks. Still bleeding
2 years.
3 years later. Almost 5 when that game came, when I first started playing. No, I was like 8 in that first, so 20 years later.
I have played every Final Fantasy that has come out.
Have you beaten all of them?
Pretty damn close to all of them.
So what about the 13, 4,
Still have not
it is?
beat 13-3.
Yeah, 13, 3.
Which I'm kind of... If you're going to make a sequel to a game, you stick with the same battle system through all the sequels.
Right,
They
right.
changed
Keep it
up the
consistent.
battle system in Lightning Returns, which I do not like. You do not farm experience anymore. You're actually farming time for you to play the game.
That's just ridiculous.
Sounds...
Kind of like Final Fantasy 2 when...
Can you imagine running out of time? You're like some fucking crackhead. I need some time, man! Some time!
You get like...
I'll suck your chocobo!
You get like 2 seconds, if that, for a character, for a creature you kill, and it adds to the clock. And then throughout the game, there's time events that you gotta do. You gotta be at certain places at a certain time. And
Now imagine like Majora's Mask with that kind of system going to it.
I didn't like Majora's Mask. I hated that fucking
Majora's
game.
Mask was a ticking clock game the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's
You
why I
had-
hated
you had,
it.
You had to beat the clock. Imagine that system. Every time you killed a Deku, every time you killed a every time you killed a bat, or a boss, like every time you killed a boss, you got 10 minutes that got taken off the sun. Or something just stupid like that. You would throw that game in the first half hour you played it. You would probably just destroy it. Like you'd take it outside. You would probably light it on fire, run it over with your car a couple times, rub a dead raccoon on it, just whatever you need, and then throw it in Michigan Center Lake because it's never gonna get found there, just like the ET games.
well, they took a more in the Lightning Returns. They took a very religious leap into it
Yeah.
because frickin' Lightning's the savior. God wants to create a new land, and you gotta frickin' save everyone's souls.
So basically, they went supernatural with you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, we finally made season
I
4.
don't remember
What a
anything.
headache.
Yeah. It gets intense now.
But another game I used to love, man, and it being crappy was what was it? Play action football.
Yes.
Or no, John Elway's.
John Elway.
Play action
John
football.
Elway, Play Action
Loved that
Football.
game as
Yes.
a kid. I went back and played it, and you're going on a diagonal and everything. Oh man, it was so fucking horrible.
I think
I still like playing Primal Rage.
I think for me, the biggest letdown of playing a game that I thought was awesome when I was a kid.
Blaze of Glory.
No, that game was still awesome. It was the first hockey game you can fight in. Has to be Jurassic Park.
You got the Juggernaut.
Okay.
Okay.
Juggernaut.
Unlimited momentum.
Yes.
Cannot be stopped. Runs
Right.
through everything.
Yeah.
And now he's running along. All of a sudden he sees the blob.
Now,
Ooh.
we're talking about the Juggernaut that's a mutant.
The
or
one that has
the mystical powers.
Gem.
whatever one has
Cigarette
unlimited
gem.
momentum. I don't
mutant.
know.
The Mutant Juggernaut.
And
Mutant
he
Juggernaut.
runs
Not
into
the
the
mystical power,
blob,
not that bull crap.
which
Well,
is
that's the original Juggernaut. He's not a mutant.
Yeah.
What? And that's why
It's all
Will
from
could
his
never
helmet.
take his powers.
and he runs into the blob, which is the immovable force. He cannot
doesn't
be
move.
moved.
Yeah.
What would happen? I mean, would just particles collide?
The universe would divide by 0.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
My question though, it's not every day you meet a guy who can take on a building and win. But
Yeah, it's called Taliban. Oh, too soon?
Hand me that right there.
Hey Ben, I bought
Who's the
this.
jackal anyway? I don't remember.
Throwaway villain.
Yeah.
Another worthless one.
Yeah, he was straight up worthless.
Oy.
Safe comic book buying.
Safe comic book buying. Okay, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call safe comic book buying. In this segment, AJ's going to tell you what not to do when you buy a comic.
Always check to make sure and look at the comic.
Every individual page. Because he just bought, or a couple months ago, he bought Spider-Man issue 129, first appearance of the Punisher. Now, if anybody who knows comics, they know that this is like the comic to have if you're a collector. It's still affordable, but it's still amazing. But there's still a lot of details in it you had to look for.
Yeah, like I'm missing.
Like a coupon that's been cut out of a page.
Missing parts of the panels in the story, too.
Key parts too, words and everything.
And how much was the sticker price on this comic book?
150.
150. Now, would you say that comic book, even with the coupon in there, is in a condition that would be worth 150?
That's actually worth more than 150 in the condition.
If it's been certified. That comic book has not been certified. Even though it's the first appearance of the Punisher, non-certified first appearance of the Punisher in mint condition goes for about 500. A certified
goes for about 1,000.
certified goes for over 1,000.
No, even uncertified.
It went up.
No, certified goes for about $3,000 last I seen.
Ah, it went up.
Uncertified, the most you can get is 1,000.
Yes.
Because I would rate that.
Certified, the price doubles or triples.
Because I would rate that comic as maybe good, very good, which is about a 3.54, which I would say is about $85.
Though the one thing I can say, I have it.
Unfortunately, he does have it.
And that's the reason why you don't like it.
Yeah, I hate that.
I have the
See,
comic.
Even Frank Castle is scowling at himself right now because he knows you screwed me over on that one.
How? You didn't want to go that day to the comic book shop.
And when you the money,
Now when you buy
And I had the money.
just for that, I'm gonna roll a perfect 20 on you. And the assist off Jason gets me a 15.
Not bad.
No.
3, I still win.
What else should people look at other than just pages?
The pages. If you're out looking for a specific comic for yourself, you want to do research on it first, because there's a lot of reprints that have come out. This one, in particular,
I have a reprint of that one. It's a red cover instead of a yellow cover. I got the hat for that one. I bought it off eBay for $50 thinking it was the legitimate one, and it wasn't.
yep, see, you can do that. There's another reprint right
Show
here in
this
the corner.
thing, too.
The 20 cent
This is the one that's
will
looking
not
at
be
you.
there. That is a reprint, only worth $10.
Yep, I have that one too. It came with the action figure of the Punisher at one time. Same exact comic and everything, just doesn't have a price tag on it because it was a not for resale comic.
There's another one right down. It does have the
I have
price tag.
I have every copy of it, but I don't have the legitimate one.
There's another one that does have the price tag, but down in the corner it will say not for resale.
Yep.
There is another reprint, and there's one that I saw a reprint. It'll say the Punisher right across.
Right,
the-
and it is not a
the
Punisher
bottom.
comic, it is a Spider-Man comic, and people get that mistaken a lot too. They think because it was the first appearance of the Punisher, it's the Punisher comic, and it's not.
Also, like again, check the inside of comics. Like Spawn. Spawn is a big one where I had the free coupons. The comics inside. Drops the value if that coupon is gone.
Guilty. I used my coupon when I
Yo.
got my comic. I was 10. No.
You don't cut pages out of a comic book.
I was 10.
It's not a page, it's actually one of the tear offs.
Yeah, it was a tear off. It was a cardboard tear off. Send it in.
Doesn't matter.
You get free stuff. I was
believe
10. I
it's
wanted free stuff.
Spawn number 4 is when they when the first Spawn has that coupon. It's only worth $7 with the coupon, but without the coupon, it's only worth $3.
Yep. Yeah, Spawn comics aren't really worth that much because he came out during the 90s, during the comic book boom. But there is some variants. You get Spawn number 1 in black and white, which Todd McFarlane only drew, I think, like 500 of them.
$300.
They skyrocket.
Nice.
And if you can get McFarlane to autograph one of them, which is really hard because McFarlane doesn't do much, it's even worth more. which I still want to get McFarlane to autograph my whole Spider-Man series. That's 20 books. That's a lot of money, but
I got McFarlane signed Peter Griffin doll.
It's Seth MacFarlane. They're two different people.
So you didn't say that. You just say McFarlane.
And Todd McFarlane, the creator, the writer, the illustrator.
And
Seth MacFarlane's a creator, a writer, whatever.
An illustrator?
Yes.
Yeah, fat guys.
And little babies with football shit does. Ice and waterfalls.
Okay. Alright. AJ just opened up Pandora's box. Street Fighter. Now,
The game or the movie?
the movie.
Or the franchise?
The movie Street Fighter now is on my. I'm working on a top 10 list of video game to movie adaptations that are completely terrible. Street Fighter, I'm still debating if it's the worst one compared to Super Mario Brothers. Now, let's try and compare and contrast this for me.
I've seen both.
Super Mario Brothers
I own
versus
both
Street
of
Fighter.
them.
Which movie is worse?
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario
No.
Brothers.
Yes. The reason being is Street Fighter, I can actually see that happening before Super Mario Brothers movie.
So, wait, so you're saying there's no alternate dimensions that when the meteor hit Earth during prehistoric times, we split in between mammals and lizards who look like mammals.
Okay.
You're saying that's not gonna happen?
Okay, well, hang on. So that's the way Super Mario Brothers is, okay?
Yeah.
Street Fighter is the way it is right now. Two fucking people fighting over a piece of land. Okay? And you gotta send a NATO to stop them.
He's got a point.
Okay? So therefore,
He's got a
Street
point.
Fighters
He
are already
does.
happening, so it's more believable. However,
Wait, so you're saying
the
that-
acting in Super Mario Brothers was a
Was
hell
better.
of a lot better.
Yep.
Except for Bison, which was played by Raju Rondo or
Raul Julia.
whatever.
Yeah. Raul Julia was
awesome.
fantastic. He was
He
probably the best
overdid
in
his
the
role
movie.
as Bison.
I know.
I'm sorry. I don't remember any of it.
But it was
But that's how
amazing.
Bison
though.
is, though.
It was so
Bison's
bad,
a
it's like-
cocky, arrogant
Here,
motherfucker.
let's have a grin while I throw myself into another guy.
Yeah, but if you look at the video game, that's what he is. He's grinning.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Kylie Minogue.
Who?
Kylie Minogue, she played Cammy.
Oh, she was pretty hot.
Yeah, she was hot. But look at that. Kylie Minogue compared to Princess Daisy. Princess Daisy was not good looking at all. They could have picked somebody way higher to play her.
Well, Princess Daisy #2 wasn't bad.
There was number 2.
There was like 8 Princess Daisies in there that they all thought was Princess Daisy.
Well, I'm talking. Oh, you're talking about Mario's girlfriend,
Yeah.
the brunette with the cans.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't too bad. But it's like,
Wasn't too bad.
it's
Mama.
you know, her career was so bad. She went on to become the Punisher's wife and get killed in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
And hey, let's not forget Broken Arrow.
I'm gonna go throw up.
Is that the Christian Slater movie?
Yes.
About stealing the stealth?
With John Travolta and
Nah,
Howie
not
Long.
the stealth, the nuke.
I like that movie.
Howie Long.
Yeah, I like Howie
John
Long.
Travolta.
Howie Long was the shit, man. Just like Hogan was in like Blue Thunder. Oh god, or Tropic Thunder.
Hogan wasn't in Tropic Thunder.
What? He was in some movie back or TV show back in the day called Paradise Thunder.
Paradise Thunder.
Paradise,
Wow.
whatever. I love that thing when I was
You know-
growing up.
That's the one Hulk Hogan movie I haven't seen yet. But there's
It was a
more.
miniseries.
Good Hulk Hogan movie to look up on Netflix that's available right now. No Holds Barred is available.
I watched that on
Best Hulk Hogan movie ever made.
Rip it, brother! Rip it! No, you gotta do it.
The
Or
one,
no, it's like this one. This one's
Right, that.
Rip it! Rip it! Yeah! Yeah! I never knew a man could keep his fingers like this for so long. He went through the whole movie like this, man. Once in a while, I almost thought he had like fucking Tourette's. Rip it!
Well, it's like, and then you got Zeus who was all across the whole time. Zeus!
Well, that way he can see all around and not have to move his eyes, man. One's looking in that direction, got your motherfucker quit moving. One's looking over there. I'm telling you. Sorry.
That's a great movie right there. I mean, I don't care who
So
you
was
are.
Mr. Nanny.
No, let's not start Mr.
Rip it!
Corey, you haven't had a topic yet. I gave you a topic, now it's time for you to pop up the topic.
I was thinking that. Okay, fine.
Pop the top again.
Well, no, I can't go with that because we already talked about it. So,
Godzilla.
We
well,
already talked about Godzilla.
Even
No
still.
Godzilla topic.
fine.
Best Godzilla was Matthew Broderick's Godzilla.
Shut up.
You
No,
may.
we
That
don't
no,
talk about that.
those words will never leave your mouth again.
Stadium with eggs? Wonderful.
No.
I mean, come on, man. Those Velociraptor-looking things are amazing.
No. Way too many.
They bought those
and
from the
quite
Jurassic Park
honestly,
set.
Right.
The fact that he got killed by the military makes him Zilla. That's it. Not Godzilla, because if he was Godzilla, he wouldn't lose. He would not lose.
What about the Godzilla where they used the weapon in the water
Yeah.
to
yeah.
break
Okay.
them down? That was killed by the military.
Yeah.
No.
So that movie sucks too? Which one was it?
Okay.
My bad.
Which
the
one was it?
Japanese military.
Okay.
That's because
A-
they're badasses, man. They got
A-
fucking high-tech shit.
Okay.
They know how to
Godzilla's
teleport
lost
right now.
5 times. That was one of them. The other time, he got hit by a. What? How do I
Didn't
put
Zero
this?
kill him?
Huh?
Didn't Zero kill him?
No, a black hole killed him. Yes,
What was
we.
that Godzilla movie where they blatantly ripped off of Star Wars for half of it? Space Godzilla.
Final Wars.
Yeah, that was terrible. Because it was like half the movie was like Godzilla. The other half of the movie was people in a war that was legitimately a Japanese version of Star Wars, and they just kind of edited the movies together, and it didn't make any sense.
It works for me though, because
Hey, out of
I
those-
got to see Godzilla kill like 18
Out of
monsters
those-
in like 20 minutes.
Out of those 5 that you said that he died, you know one that I know he died for sure? The U.S. Army killed his ass.
Yeah,
Matthew Broderick's version.
yeah, that's because that's not
Rip
Godzilla.
it.
That's Zilla.
It says in the title Godzilla. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't
going
care.
with Godzilla.
Roland Emmerich is an idiot when it comes
Who's rolling in
Hey,
the director.
Don't call Roland Emmerich an idiot. He gave us Stargate.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And you know
I
how
will
long
give him the
SG-1
one good
was on?
credit that he did. Okay,
like 82 years.
Do you honestly agree with Independence Day?
No, not
Okay,
Hey,
then
they got
then
Independence Day 2 coming out this
I
year.
don't know.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I'm still gonna see it.
I mean, which there will be a video with my opinions on Independence Day coming very soon. Because Independence Day is coming up.
It was a good movie. Any other
It was
movies?
okay. It wasn't awesome, and the only its saving grace really was Will Smith. Seriously.
That was Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was stripping.
That too.
Okay, I'm good. I had to replay the scene.
You're like, did she?
Who would honestly win in a fight? Okay, I know you guys have had your versions of it, and I'm gonna say it again for everybody else to think of it. Hulk. Okay, superpower beast. Does not lose, does not die, versus Godzilla. Who would honestly win that?
Hulk.
The Hulk.
Yeah, you guys say Hulk.
Because he's more agile. He can
Yeah.
climb Godzilla like a freaking mountain.
Right, and Godzilla's made of complete radiation. The Hulk feeds off radiation, which
Yeah.
kind of makes him pretty much stronger. So therefore, all Godzilla's gonna do is just piss him off even more, make him even more stronger. And he's gonna tear Godzilla's head off and boot it back to Japan and cause another Hiroshima disaster. That's all that's gonna happen.
Did you
They're gonna call
know?
it Gadashima.
Hiroshima.
Did you guys?
They're
In
what kind of
Godzilla
monster
vs.
It's got rid of his head. Boom, and everybody's dead.
Godzilla all-out monsters attack. All that was left of him was his heart. Okay, and then after that, he came back alive.
Now, how you said that Godzilla attacked this monster and did that, right?
Huh?
You said Godzilla attacked the monster and did that, right?
Yes.
All right. How big was that monster? Was he almost the same size as Godzilla?
That monster was like 2, maybe 3 times his size.
Okay, hang on. So, yes, he could do that to that monster. Okay, he couldn't miss him. That monster's probably big, slow, fucking. All
not
right.
really slow.
Now you get the Hulk, which is this is Godzilla. This is the Hulk. That's a little bit harder target to hit when this thing's jumping all over the place.
When you've got a blast of heat just coming out of your mouth.
When it's all radiation and the thing you're fighting feeds off of radiation, it's not gonna do anything
So does
to it.
Godzilla.
That'd be like giving Popeye spinach.
Right, that'd be like just shoving spinach down Popeye's
Yeah,
throat the
but
whole time.
Hulk has. Okay, I love Hulk. Don't get me wrong, but all it takes is just grabbing him.
Godzilla heal as
And then-
fast as the Hulk.
No.
Because usually Godzilla needs to sleep for
quite a few years.
Years and years. just
Even
to
though
heal.
if you go back to the old
Not-
Japanese Godzilla films, he stays
Especially
for
when
like
you're-
6 weeks and pops back up and fights again.
Especially when the Hulk's sitting there
And they-
bathing in the radiation
And
too.
somehow Tokyo rebuilds itself in that 6-week period. It's almost as bad as Power Rangers.
They got it from Silver Lake. They floated it right down the lake. Dude, what a spider can.
I heard that maybe, or maybe I'm just crazy, but is there going to be a Power Ranger movie coming out soon?
There is. They're rebooting Power Rangers completely from scratch.
Ooh.
Now the thing is though with it is if they're gonna go, are they gonna go with more of a PG-13, darker action movie for the older generation?
Rated R.
Or are you gonna go with a kiddie film like they did with Ninja Turtles? That's gonna be the question.
I want to see them slice off somebody's fucking head.
Yeah, I want to see them do it too. I want to see them, and I actually want to see the city not be destroyed this time.
I want to
them
see
fight
Rita
somewhere.
Repulsa actually killed. Or Lord Zed.
You know what else I wouldn't mind seeing her do? Fucking strip.
Rita Repulsa strip. That's a good. Why would you want to see Rita Repulsa?
You know
strip?
she looked good under those robes. You know she did.
Is it because she had the big cones?
She was like 2 foot tall.
I don't care. Hey, I'm an equal to opportunity fucker. Okay? I don't discriminate. It's in the job description.
She's still 2 foot tall.
She's not.
Yeah, she's like 5.
Well, look at Zed. Zed right beside her.
He's nothing but muscle.
Yeah, well, Zed's all creepy because he's inside out.
Yep. Inside out and metal face.
Like
When he came-
Zed's like the guy from Hellraiser where he's all like inside out and creepy looking and he has to eat people
When
to
he
survive.
came into the series is when I stopped watching.
What?
When Zed came in is when I quit watching Power.
That
I'm
was the
sorry.
second season, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
So you
was.
missed them getting married then.
Yeah, I missed.
Oh.
I quit
Oh,
watching
that
when
was
Zed
terrible.
came in. But
And
I was
Zed-
too old by that time.
And
so I had
Zed's
to
dowry
quit
was,
watching.
I'm gonna kill the Power Rangers for you! Or
Yeah.
was it Rita's?
No, well, what happened was Lord Zed came in, kicked Rita out of her castle. She came up with some magical potion, poisoned Zed, and he fell in love with her, and they got married. And Zed turned into a giant pussy
I will tell you this.
until Ivan Ooze decided to show up from the earth
I tell you what,
inside his little Godzilla egg.
Hey, that movie wasn't bad. I actually liked that movie. I
It was
enjoyed
alright.
it.
It was alright.
It was funny just to watch the Zord kick him in the nuts.
There were times when I was
Like,
like, eh, but then there was some good times.
Oh,
in it,
crap.
You know? It's a
I
good-
saw it on
on memory
Netflix
lane.
and I turned it on just to see how it was. I forgot when they teleport. It was the coolest thing. Is they're teleporting.
It's like somebody just wrote on the screen with
It
a
looked
Sharpie.
like someone with a crayon, a 2-year-old a crayon like that,
Red,
and it
black,
goes in the
green,
air.
blue.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, the
So
morphing
basic.
sequence is terrible too. Like back when you're like a kid, you seen the morphing sequence. You got lightning and everything going off all around them, and then
And after
When you're a kid, it's the first time you've ever,
And after
first time you've ever seen it.
episodes-
It's cool as fuck.
oh yeah,
the
the
episode
swords and everything look awesome. but like now you look back at it, you're like,
37 of season 1, eventually you get tired of the Jason's had 2 red, black, or black visor, red face, and yeah. It gets really irritating watching that over and over and over.
if you can fill a coherent sentence, it'd be fantastic too.
I don't do that.
So, anyways, we learned Godzilla will get his ass kicked by Jaeger. Godzilla will get his ass kicked by the Hulk. Justin wants to see Repulsa strip once again.
Cover me in oil.
Excuse me while I go throw up.
Hey, she was fucking. She had some
Justin,
big cones,
we are
man.
convinced that Street Fighter is a better movie than Super Mario Brothers.
Told your ass.
Don't buy a comic book with a torn out page.
No, always check it.
Always check your comic book. That's right, for torn out pages, and also make sure to always rip it.
And this is a rated R show, not a PG-13. Rip it.
So coming at you, I am Benjamin.
I'm Justin.
AJ.
Corey.
Trying to come up
And
with a
I have so many nicknames.
we will. I guess we will.
Big Al. You should use Big
We
Al.
will see everybody next time. Make sure you tune into our to our YouTube channel here. Click like on the bottom, subscribe, become a subscriber, send us a tweet, email us, whatever you need to do. Come up with some good ideas. We'll throw them out there just because that's what we do because we have no lives.
Come on, I use Tweeter.
I work full time. Go to school full time.
They're all
I
dirty
work.
liars.
Full time. Yeah.
We're not.
Once again, send us a tweet, Hit us up on Facebook. Check out our YouTube page. Click like. Become a subscriber. See you guys next time. Rip.
Smileys.
I'm gonna do that camera.
Can I move the camera?
Kill camera.
And then you can send it to Sarah.
Oh, dear. No.